Shine, shine, shine.
I'm for real with this thing, don't play no games. Hold the horses by the reins, thank God I'm tame. Not in it for the fame, just chasing dreams. Believing everything that God told me. Gave me a glimpse and let your girl see just what I'm gonna be. When he part the sea, it's bigger than all I can perceive. No limits to what I can achieve. Well, God,
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. I'm Catherine Yancey, and I'm coming to you from the hearts. And I just want to share a few things that God put on my heart today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. I'm all right. So the topic today is use it as fuel. Use it as fuel. Use what as fuel? Everything. Use everything as fuel. Anything that's possibly putting you in a place to be derailed from your purpose, from your mission in life, use it as fuel. Anything that encourages you that you're getting closer to your purpose, to your mission in life, use it as fuel. So that means use everything as fuel. Every day you should be able to find something to push you closer to your dream, to push you closer to your goal, to push you closer to doing it, even though you may not necessarily feel like it when it comes to your emotions. So whenever you get discouraged, whenever you get frustrated, whenever somebody says something, gives you a negative report, use it as fuel. Still do the thing. Still do the thing. Don't sit on the curb. Don't sit on the sideline. Don't sit the game out. Don't forfeit the game. Don't turn around and go backwards to where it's more comfortable. Don't do what the Israelites started to do. They were like, "Hey, just take me back to Egypt so I could be a slave again. I like that life better." Don't do that. When it gets hard, when it gets frustrating, when it looks like you're not going to make it, when it looks like heaven ain't on your side, and we know that's a lie from the enemy. But when it looks like that, use it as fuel. Go forward until you prove that thing wrong, until you prove right that whatever God's vision for you, whatever He told you, whatever you saw, whatever you resonated with, and you're sure without a shadow of doubt, this is my portion. Prove everything else wrong until you get the portion. Use everything as fuel. Use the naysayer as fuel. Use the um, education that's not as fulfilled as what people think it should be for you to get the thing. Use it all. Oh, okay, I'm not qualified. I'll show you because God qualifies you. Now, for some of the things that we have to do in life, hello, Quicksilver. For some of the things we have to do in life, now it requires us to get some further education. It requires us to hone our crafts, hone our skills. It requires us to do some groundwork, and that's okay. But say, for instance, that groundwork you had to go back to school, but you didn't get into the school that you wanted to get into. Okay, use that as fuel. Keep applying. Prove that thing wrong. I didn't get into that school, but I can get into a school. Get into school. Just do the thing. As long as you accomplish the mission, a lot of times a little in between from A to B, it just is what it is. People remember the end result. So make sure you make it to the end. Don't give up before the end. Use it all as fuel. Use your bank account as fuel. If it looks good, great. Use it as fuel. You can make it look better. If it doesn't look too good, great. Use it as fuel. I have to make it look better. Use it all. Don't just get so bogged down, so discouraged that you don't do what you can do. Don't get defeated in your mind. Because once you get defeated in your mind, then it's like game over. So you have to make up your mind before time, before you're presented with a situation of what you're going to do in the situation. So regardless of what the situation is, you're going to use it as fuel. It's all fuel. It's all fuel. The intensity in the workplace, it's fuel. The frustration with your children, it's fuel. Everything is fuel. Use it. All right, my children ain't acting right now, but you can't have my kids. So I'm going to be fuel to go into prayer. I'm going to be fuel to go into warfare for my kids. You can't have them. It's fuel if they're not acting right. It's fuel if I get denied a position. It's fuel if a door gets closed. Okay, the door closed. Let me see what windows are open. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Use everything as fuel. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's working out for my good, but I'm going to trust God that it is. Let it fuel your faith. Let it fuel your faith. A lot of times, whenever it doesn't look right, then we go with it. And we're like, it must not be working. I must have heard God wrong. I need to alter the plan. Sometimes you need to just keep pushing forward because you're just faced with the opposition that wants you to give up. And if you keep changing over and over and over and over again before you complete anything, how you gonna ever accomplish something? You're gonna have to stick something out to the end, to completion, until you get what God said about it. You have to have your heart and your ears tuned into what God says. Because a lot of times life ain't gonna look like what he said. Life is gonna look like the total opposite. And you have to be disciplined in your emotions to walk in faith and go forward. Although what you seeing ain't what was said. Use it as fuel. Oh, okay. This person's coming against me or that is coming against me. Well, it's gonna have to try harder because I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. As a matter of fact, I'm more motivated now to make sure it happens so I can show you that what God told me is true. When you said I was going to fail, when you said I heard wrong, when you said it wasn't adding up for me, when you said I should have, some people just put death on your dreams. When you said I should have abandoned ship. No, we're going to steer the ship. If I have to paddle a ship like a paddle boat, we're going to get there. It's fuel now. Don't be quick to let life determine your destiny. God has given you a hope and a future, an expected end. Use everything as fuel until you get there. If you're tired, okay, use it as fuel. Everything. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go to sleep until I get this thing on this list done because it's going to help me to move forward so I can get closer to the goal. So I'm not going to let my tiredness dictate me completing something that I need to complete today. I'm not going to let my frustration dictate me completing something that needs to be completed today. Hi, Elizabeth. So you have to be willing to go beyond what you see, what you feel, what they say, what it looks like, what it looks like you're qualified for or capable of. You have to be willing to look foolish sometimes, even a lot of times. Most of the time, if it's a God goal, it kind of requires you to just really step out on blind faith. I don't know how it's going to get done, but if God said it, it is so. I believe Him, and I'll just put one foot in front of the other until I get there. Hi, Elizabeth said you're a little kid. Well, thank you for tuning in. So you got to just be willing to stay the course and use everything as fuel. Use everything as fuel. The positives and the negatives. A lot of times people only fuel when they're positively charged situations going on. But as life would have it, not every situation is going to be positive. In some seasons, there's most situations aren't positive. Other seasons, there will be more positive than negative. You have to be okay regardless of what it is. It's not going to stop you from getting to your goal. Refuse to be stopped. Refuse to be stopped. Like that thing that should have knocked you out, let it fuel you. A lot of times we just have to get mad enough where we just going to do it regardless of how it hurts. You have to get mad at a thing sometimes. You have to get mad at people sometimes. You have to get mad at the denial sometimes, or being denied sometimes. You have to get mad like, oh, okay. Oh, you thought it was the end because you said no. It's not. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. So you just weren't the way. I'll work around you. You have to have a tenacious spirit where you're not going to quit. You're going to persevere. You're going to try again. When it looks like you down for the count, you're going to try again. Because you're going to use it all as fuel. Ooh, that blow hurts. Okay, well, I'm going to come back even harder. No blow is going to keep me down. You have to really do some talking to yourself. Like, you got to play psychological games with yourself. You got to say, although it looks like this, and it probably even should be this outcome based on the variables in this situation. However, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. I'm sorry, I won't be able to put you in the video at this time. That's not my portion. If it ain't looking right, if it ain't adding up, okay, that's fine. It doesn't have to all the time. Okay, God, what do you want me to learn from this part? And help me get past this part. Use it all as fuel. Or it could be going great. You could be accelerating. You could be like excelling through situations in unreal time. Great. Use that as fuel. Keep the momentum. Keep it pushing. Encourage somebody else along the way. As a matter of fact, encourage somebody else when it ain't even looking good for you. Encourage somebody else. That could be fuel as well. You'll be surprised who's out here looking at you and could benefit from your words of encouragement. Like you feel like you just get knocked down, but they keep saying you get back up. Use it as fuel. Everything. You'll be surprised if you just change your mind about some stuff. You'll be surprised if you just change your mind about some stuff, how far you can go and how much things that are sent to trip you up won't trip you up. Because your mind is stronger than the opposition or the defeat or the negative input. It's like it just rolls off you. And that's what happened when you got your oil on too. When you got your oil, stuff roll off of you. Anointed in the spirit, stuff rolls off of you. Jesus centered, stuff rolls off of you. Use that as your fuel. Know what you know about what the word said about you. Use it as your fuel. Say you're more than a conqueror. Use it as fuel. Say you're a lender, not a borrower. Use it as fuel. They said the folk that dig ditches for you to fall in, they fall into their own ditch. Use it as fuel. Okay, that was a trap set for me. The enemy can't prevail. Use it as fuel. And the fact that you even on the radar of people trying to do wrong to you, you must be doing something right. Use it as fuel. Determine if they looking at you and they got all these negative plots for you, you must be doing something right. Use it as fuel. I'm honored that you all would take the time out to just put me on your radar. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. Watch your words. Don't talk defeat over yourself. Trust me, there'll be enough people in the world doing that. You shouldn't be doing it to yourself. And let that negative talk that they're doing be used as fuel. Stay hopeful. Stay grateful for even the opportunity to try again each day. If you haven't arrived yet, okay, but you are alive to try again. Use it as fuel. Still living. Still an opportunity. Still in my right mind. Use it as fuel. Like even when it seems like we're going backwards, use that as fuel. Okay, the further the rubber band gets pulled back, the further when it releases, you're gonna shoot forward. It's okay to get pulled back sometimes. Fix your mindset around it. Use it as fuel. A lot of us, if we get pulled back and we think we having a setback instead of a setup, then we get depressed. Don't get depressed. And if you are depressed, use that as fuel. I'm gonna be able to tell people one day how deep and down and out I was, and I made it through. I'm gonna live to tell the story. Use it as fuel. You're not defeated, and you're not at the end of your story. If you still living, then there's some more lines to your book of life that have to be lived out. Use that fact as fuel. The last chapter might not have turned out how you wanted it to. Use it as fuel. This ain't the end. My redemption story is going to be something else. Use it as fuel. Keep your mindset ahead. Don't get down and out looking and thinking about what failed in the past or what used to be in the past, how successful you were in the past. A lot of people mess up because they can't get over the fact that their present isn't what their past used to be. If they had a measure of success of some sort. Well, that was then. That was the old you. You're a new you right now. And this season, you're supposed to be doing something else. So you got to be okay with being able to let go of what you did in the old season. That doesn't define you. It shouldn't define you. Use it as fuel. God's doing something new. I'm being renewed. I'm being used in a different way. Use it as fuel. Don't beat yourself up because you're not operating in the same capacity that you used to operate in. Don't be a used to be or want to be stuck in the past. So much so that you can't be who God has called you to be today. And your future is better than your past. So use that as fuel. That's just what God said. If you believe what God said, then you should be okay with moving from your past, regardless of what it is, regardless of the metrics of success on it. So just use everything as fuel. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, what seems positive, what seems negative. Use it all as fuel. You know, when you have a fire going, like you just start throwing stuff in to make sure the fire don't go out. It don't matter what it is. It don't have to be wood all the time. It could be some paper. It can be some cardboard. It can be some grass. Just keep the fire going. Use what you got. And everything that comes at you can be used. Everything that you're living can be used. Everything that somebody says to you, regardless of what it is, can be used. God can use it all and will. So just be prepared to use it. You keep your head high, chest up, and keep trudging forward. If you're in a little rough, thick place where you can hardly take one leg in front of the other, you can hardly see right in front of your face, it's a dark place for you, keep moving. It's okay. The enemy wants you to think you're the only one in that place, you're the only one being in that place. That's a lie. And just like you gonna come out of it, there have been many others who have. And behind you, many others will go through it and they'll be able to use your testimony of how you went through it. Use it all as fuel. I can't, everything that I've learned in previous jobs, regardless of if it was a job that I liked or not, it was something that I can use in the bigger picture of my life. I mean, every job. So we think that it's insignificant or it's not contributing in a positive way to our life because it's either small or negative or it's all a learning experience. And you could take all of your experiences and use them to be a better you. That's what you get to do with everything that comes your way. You get to use it. So just start getting in the habit of saying thank you. I receive it. I'm going to use it. All right. Well, I appreciate you all tuning in. Remember to use it all. There's nothing that you can't use. Nothing. The setbacks are the setups. The success is just going to lead you to greater success. Like, use it all. Literally all. What was meant to hurt you, use that. Let some stuff make you mad to the point where you dig your heels in deep and you keep going when it was meant for you to stop, for you to give up, for you to fail. You say, nope, 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 not what's going to happen. That is not my portion. I will succeed. I will go on. Christ will be my strength when I'm weak. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment. Thank you for the comments. Share all of those things. Please support my product line, which is KDY Cosmetics. If you like my skin, it's because of KDY Cosmetics, and that's kdycosmetics.com. And again, I'm Catherine Yancey. I've come from the heart. Until next time, have a great, blessed day.